What sins have we committed to bring such a judgment upon us? I think it's important to understand what got us here so that we might not repeat them. And I think we could summarize them into 4 major categories. I'm going to give them to you now. Number 1, we have ordained the wrong men. We have ordained the wrong men to the pastorate. Congregations rarely rise above their pastors. That's a fact. On the one hand, many pulpits have been filled with these excellent communicators. The problem is that they traded courage for comfort. They are people-pleasing, donor-pleasing, giving-pleasing, controversy-avoiding compromisers that are more concerned with financial security and popularity than they are with preaching the truth. Those people exist, and they exist not only in our nation, but also in our city. These men have diluted doctrine to accommodate the visitor. We have turned the church into a place of evangelism rather than the strengthening of the flock. They have feared women, and they have perverted compassion, and they have been painfully quiet in the face of a variety of cultural events. On the other hand, we have ordained intellectuals, PhDs and master's degrees, who love doctrine and scholastics, but they are out of touch with the pastoral reality, and they have no spine. They have confused a love of knowledge with a call to be a shepherd. Both are errors. Number 2, we have cultivated an effeminate form of Christianity. We've cultivated it. We've actually nurtured it. In the 1700s, the Enlightenment occurred. The Enlightenment taught if I can't rationalize it, it can't be true. In the 1800s and early 1900s, we had the piety movement. This was heavily driven by the early feminist movement. But the piety movement declared, if I can't feel it, it isn't true. So rationalization was, if I can't rationalize it, it's not true. Piety is, if I can't feel it, it's not true. This gave rise to what we call experiential Christianity, where spiritual maturity is measured by what? Emotion. And as you know, who is more inclined to succeed in emotion? Women. It was in this climate that we invented phrases like, it's not a religion, it's a relationship. It's in this climate where we began love song style worship music, where we sway our hips to Jesus. It's in this climate that we had the start of endless altar calls and baptisms and rebaptisms because the first time didn't feel right. All of this institutionalization of emotion made men feel increasingly out of step with the church. And the result was what? Statistically, a mass exodus of men from the church. And when men leave, the church is left defenseless. There is no one that is watching over. And the men that stayed in these feminized churches became soft. In the absence of men, women pastors emerged. A new phenomenon of the last 50 or 60 years. The matriarchy rose. Complementarianism has been birthed. And the church declined in power and conviction. Number 3, we have compartmentalized Christianity. Because of the rise of dispensationalism in the early 1900s, which taught the church 3 powerful lies. Number 1, to expect the inevitable cultural decline. We don't polish brass on a sinking ship. It's all going to hell in a handbasket. Let's just check out and wait. Number 2, the imminent return of Christ and the rapture of the church. Number 3, the victory of the Scriptures is reserved for ethnic Israel, not the church. Those 3 lies shifted Christians from working to preserve society through the proclamation of the gospel and the standing of righteousness to waiting for its collapse and their escape. In doing so, we surrendered our schools, our politics, our media, our architecture, our arts, our finance, our economics. The result was a surge of atheism, plummeting birth rates, an influx of pagan cultures through immigration, and the slow suicide of the West. That happened. Number 4. And I'm going to spend most of my time here. We have been shamefully tolerant of evil. Shamefully tolerant of evil. Over the last 50 years, under the increasing feminization of the church, we have confronted evils with a soft, nurturing approach of empathy and accommodation, rather than the masculine approach of confrontation and correction and uncompromising truth. This has produced what I call a conflict-averse church. A conflict-averse church with many conflict-averse pastors. We have gone from peacemaking to peacekeeping, which there is a wild difference. Peacekeeping avoids, well, I'll say this, peacekeeping tolerates evil to avoid conflict. Peacekeeping tolerates evil to avoid conflict. Peacemaking drives out evil to have real peace.